just let your body move. Got the lights down low, music feeling the air. Feel the vibe flow, let go, you care. Girl, you know the night is young, let's make it hot. Show me how you whip it, baby, give all you got. Yes, dance to the rhythm, swing with the beat. Invite me in, let your body keep it on my feet. Don't let me see the fire, we gotta own the night. Under flashing lights, we're lost in the sound. Got the lights down low, music filling the air. Feel the vibe slow, let go, you care. Girl, you know the night is young, let's make it hot. Show me how you work it with a good guy. Just let your body move. Got the lights down low, music feeling the air. Feel the vibe flow, let go, you care. Girl, you know the night is young, let's make it hot. Show me how you whip it, baby, give all you got. Let's dance to the rhythm, swing the beat. Invite me, let your body keep it on for me. We gotta own the night.
Yo,
What up?
what's good?
What
Another
up?
Thursday
What up?
night. What's up with it? Another Thursday night with the fellas, man.
Dang, this
Saying-
audience sure do clap a lot.
They do.
Ooh, let's go.
What's up, man? I see my boy A2 Breezy in the house.
Deuces.
Jaguar Pop in the house. Because of LXL Reyes in the house. Your boy
What
18 Rabbit, man. We appreciate y'all stepping in tonight to the MidiLab Show. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you right here with us. You know what I'm saying? One love to Money L. One love to Mike Genius. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Alex, tell us what we're gonna talk about tonight, man.
Yes, sir. We got a roster lined up where we gonna be giving our respects and a RIP to the fallen D'Angelo. So we're gonna give that a little bit of time today. We also gonna talk about some of the comments that Diddy's lawyers made after the trial and everything like that. We're gonna be digging deep into that and what their comments really do mean at the end of the day. And if we got some time at the end, we might even be able to dig a little bit deep into this treaty that Trump signed and everything, and what this means for the Middle East and what this means for just going forward. And we might even be able to make a couple little interesting connections, man. So we got a good show lined up for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy.
Lord willing. Hey, I just want to send a big sloppy shout out to the Midi City. What's really popping out there? And everybody else that's finna jump on, whether you're getting on now, getting on later, getting on next week. What's really going down with y'all? Keep your eyes and ears peeled because there's change in the air. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Drop a comment, you know what I'm saying? You know, tap in, you know, let us know that you there. You know what I mean?
Tap in. Hey,
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Look.
hey, what's up, Mike? I see Mike G done fell into the house. What's up, Mike Genius?
he's about to. But listen, I'm gonna buy him some time.
So I'm getting to the car. I hear fire, 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 fire. So I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking. Doing the kill. So I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking. Doing the kill. Fire, 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 fire. So I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking. Doing the kill. So I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking. Doing the kill, doing the kill, doing the kill. So I'm doing the kill, doing the kill. So I'm doing the kill, doing the kill. So I'm doing the kill, doing the kill.
The MidiLab Show.
Yes, sir. That was just to get your mind right. That was just to get your head right because we here.
Yeah.
We in the lab.
Hey, I got one more too, man. Hold on.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the MidiLab Show. Y'all sound good tonight. We got beats, we got drama, we got everything. Let's get it.
The MidiLab Show.
Hey, in the lab, what's really going down?
I don't like that guy.
Hey,
Since y'all compare me to him, I don't like him. He my least favorite coworker.
question is, are your batteries ready to go?
Batteries.
Batteries.
Literally, my batteries are ready
Your
to
batteries.
go.
Change your damn batteries.
In chat, we didn't get any battery cells.
Batteries. Right. No batteries.
Trying to figure out why you want one bar of
batteries.
batteries.
Name one thing black people cannot do that a white person can.
So to loosen it, you turn it counterclockwise, pull it down very gently. You just take this 9-volt battery out and you replace it. You put the battery back in, close it, you put your harness back on, you turn it clockwise until it locks in place.
Yesterday I watched a really interesting documentary about the craft which went down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the deepest point in the ocean. In 1960, before computers, so crazy is when they got to the bottom, their window cracked. And instead of immediately trying to return to the surface, they thought, well, we're here now. And they stayed 20 minutes down there with a cracked window to confirm there was life at the bottom of the ocean. Absolutely incredible. Black people could never do this. Black people can't even fucking put batteries in a fucking smoke alarm.
The MidiLab Show.
He's so angry at us right now. He's so mad at us, though. His feelings are hurt. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Black people would never sit at the bottom of the Marianas Trench with a cracked window because for what?
Because we know better and they mad about it.
Exactly. He's like, oh, black people would never do it. No, we wouldn't. No, there ain't nothing down there for us to see. So we want to know if there's life down there. Yeah, things are alive. That's why we ain't going down there. Okay, because you know what wouldn't be alive if that window was to explode? Us.
Black ass.
He said, yeah, no. You know
Hey,
what I'm waiting on?
Me too. That's like you buying a ticket to Jurassic Park, bro.
Yeah, no.
I'll watch the documentaries.
That's why y'all had one brother there.
What up, Nisha? What's cracking?
We ain't offering no
shout out
apologies.
L working hard. I just got a message from him. He said he's still at work putting it in. They wouldn't let him go. They don't know about the MIDI. Too, we might have to pull up. We don't have to leave a team behind because we want the dude to survive.
He ain't tell them, you see what's on my shirt?
Yeah, that's what he should have said.
Man, you see what's on my shirt?
He should have told him, you see what's on my shirt? That means I gotta go now.
Yeah.
Thursday, bro. It's Thursday, homie.
Like, really? Like, y'all don't know what time it is?
Man, Tom. What time is it?
Midi time?
It's Midi City.
Midi time.
Hey.
It's Midi o'clock.
I thought you was finna bust like something like this.
MidiLab Show. The MidiLab Show.
Actually, so what I was gonna say is
dialogue, y'all. If you don't know,
this is us pulling up to L's job.
The MidiLab Show.
Hey, look at Sarah, Jessica, and Karen like they must be here for that new guy.
Hey, damn, they wrote up
ride.
They wrote up hella felonious, like they just about to start kidnapping folk. Like, we only came here for one person only. And he know he about to get snatched.
Hey, he jumped in the car like Deadpool.
Yeah.
Through the window.
And it was rolled up. Man. We out. Hell, you right? I'm good. Roll.
Yeah. Uber. We here to get
What's
you.
up with it? Action 56.
56. Hey,
What
so
up,
check
C?
this out. I got a question for y'all black people. For you. Oh, did I hear that voice?
Yeah, you did. She
Is that Aisha?
yes, Aisha. Aisha.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Hey, y'all so black.
So black. That's Aisha though. What's up, Aisha?
All the hood girls named Isha and Shay.
Aisha. Hey, I got mine is Shay.
I know.
Wait up.
It's yeah, it ain't nothing the same after that.
It's Isha.
Aisha and Shay.
Shay.
Yeah.
Shay.
That's what I tell people like when they be trying to hit on me. I'm like, my wife Shay wouldn't appreciate. Be like, oh, your wife, what's her name? Shay. Oh, okay.
Shay. Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want no part.
That sounds too good.
Yeah,
hey, too. They get to know the name.
Yeah, Shay. They
don't
don't want to
even
know
come out the lips, bro. It don't even come out. Hey, she's summoning cast, bro. Be like, hey,
you got that?
I gotta look the other way just to avoid mortality.
No. You gotta face that. You gotta look that one. You gotta look that one in the face. Like, oh no. And I told her we lucky that the twins weren't born later, because their name would be Shariqua and Sharice.
Oh my goodness. That's Shariqua.
Shariqua.
Man, you took
so what kind of brown liquor was you drinking when you thought
that Fairfield High, boy? Fairfield High.
Yeah.
He was on some exomasonicy.
Listen, I'm not ashamed.
Shame.
Shariq would just sound like
black kids with black names. Shame.
Aggressive. It just sounds aggressive.
Yeah, I couldn't even race
like
that name when we be trying to make them up and clowning. I couldn't even hit that one.
No,
you don't.
It's an original.
You don't want to know what them people gonna say when she put in a job application. I know what she is. I know what she is. I'm not gonna say it.
Dominica Jackson, go ahead and put that resume to the side.
They're gonna be about it because they're gonna be like, oh, Shariqua, oh, she gonna fill about at least 2 or 3 quotas.
Hey, Reyes, she must be here to fill that affirmative quota.
Shariqua.
I'm really questioning if she's qualified for the position.
You can say that name. You can say that name on a bad day and still feel good.
Like Waukesha.
Yeah.
I thought Waukesha was just a song about leading, and then my wife was like, I got my client coming up with her name Waukesha. I said, what?
Oh,
her daddy wrong.
Oh,
and he spelled her name Jua.
Yeah.
Hey, Jawan, that's my nep.
It was Waukesha with a Jua.
Like one.
Wow.
Hey, my cousin's so black that her son name is Jawan, nigga. And it's spelled black
man.
too, nigga.
Oh, but Jawan is like Jawan is so. I mean,
no, not Juan. In New Mexico, remember we in New Mexico, and my nigga JAWON Jawan, like they'd be like, "Are you sure it's not?" No, bro.
Y'all just coming online, man. Jawan that's old.
I am.
We y'all coming around the mountain. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have arrived into the Hall of Blackness.
It's a Hall of Blackness.
We got our first Jawan. It's official. Hi, little Jawan. Hi, little Sharika. Thank you guys for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
And now,
don't forget about my homie Kenji now.
Kenji, Black Japanese. How are you doing, Kenji-san? Nice to see you, Kenji-san. See, Waukesha is a hybrid of Mexican, Indian, Hindu Indian, and Japanese.
Really?
Because we are the great unifiers. Waukesha.
Wow. Did you really just make that?
I did that. We are the ambassadors of the world. We bring it together right here. We bring it together here.
I wish I had a Tony the Tiger clip right now.
Waukesha.
That was great.
It was sad, though.
You like that?
I do want to jump into the topics, but I want to just do one quick song before we get started. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm trying to give my boy Mike G a little time to get in here, so he he loved the debate. So I'm gonna go play a little Genghis Khan for us real quick, man, and let's get on it.
I'm gonna go do some push-ups.
Hey! Before you let it go, while it's coming in, did LXL send in that remaster?
Hey, let's get it
going. Send it.
About that.
I'm talking about the secret.
Right there.
Right two.
If y'all don't know, y'all full of line. That's how I get out. GK in the building.
What?
Shout out Khan.
GK in the building. Genghis Khan on time with the rhyme, no delay. Yeah, accept the mic like a baton in the relay. A young Don at eBay. He lying if he say I'm out of bounds, got both feet down inside the lines on the replay. All my niggas go hard, we riders like we, babe. Bring that shit back on fine on the DJ. Bring that shit back on fine on the DJ. Bring that shit back on fine on the DJ. All my niggas go hard, we riders like we, babe. Everything for sale, but you won't find it on eBay. I'ma ride till the beat break and supply 5 for he say. Cut niggas off top like Mr. Barber Beefcake. I'm raw, y'all suckers are soft. It's a slice of cheesecake. GK in the building. Mobbing is in my blood, but I'm not Sicilian. You feel me? Chameleon is more like it. You don't like it, 10 men to come gon' strike it. Right down the pipe, that shit's fearsome, cause I'm a giant. You're damn right, you San Francisco and self-reliant. We never needed near nigga, man, to bring the fire. I know we hating, I ain't waiting, yeah, that nigga fire. Sucker, even your wife exposing you as a lie. Is it my attire or my swag, nigga, that you admire? Got you inspired to conspire to put out my fire. But I'm the big dog, so bow down and call me size. I'm a whole nother breed, you much should aspire. It's gotta be in you, man, not on you. Let me tell you, you can't wear this. I should've known you didn't come up on no player shit. I'ma end it, so put your lip, don't even bother. Stay away from them niggas, you should've listened to your father. If you can't remember GK, just call me PG&E. With this specific gas, I'm electrocution on these beats. Prostitution on these streets since the days of old. California's the place, streets paved in gold. Come here to persevere was the way it was told. But it was never made clear that we would carry the load. They took them skeletons out the closet, man, and buried the bones. Niggas still waiting for them chariots to come carry him home. Keep your eyes on the prize, bruh, and turn the other cheek. A warrior's pride won't subside, so we ride in the streets. When I ride on the beat, I know you feel every word of it. It's education for them folks that never heard of it. Cause every day, boy, you learn something new. And every hour, I burn 1 or 2. I ain't got no job and ain't got shit else to do. So I'ma elevate my mind with this pound of the goo. I ain't got a lot of you, 100's the code. I keep 30 in the 40, man, and let it unload. And I got a whole nother 30 just to make it show. Cousin patty cake, making the dough. 1,000 watts and 30 pots of perk, making it grow. Show me the money, cutty, for nothing letting it go. I say fly like a G5 in the sky, make it happen. Keep niggas grounded, they can't take flight like Madden. Way too much game for lame niggas to fathom. Your bitch up on my tip like I just pulled up in a Phantom. It's only a Magnum, the candy wet though. She swinging from my nuts, I had to beg her to let go. 20 on the Petro, hit me on my Metro. If you looking for them ethos, I'm the nigga with the best quotes. Monkey business to get your motherfucking chest broke. This the Bay, boy, the motherfucking West Coast. And niggas know that sourdough make the best toast. I fuck with soldiers, so you know I keep my tent closed. They shooting dice, but I'ma stand under this lamppost. Can't take no losses out here dodging from the black ghost. Sideways up the strip, I got handles. The block on fire, hotter than a pan roll.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back.
What's happening? Hey, big shout out to Ronisha Shanae. What up, Ronisha?
Ronisha. Yeah. Juanisha
What was
Shanae.
it?
She said, "Why you put the rock?"
Shanae Jenkins.
Put the
It's
rock in the chat.
yeah, it's Ronisha Shanae.
All right,
Ronisha
Pop.
Shanae. I don't want to put her full government Ronisha Shanae Jenkins the third, but you know,
You be doing that.
No, not the third.
the third. Yeah.
Hey, you heard him, Worthington? You heard him?
I forgot.
Uh
She was
oh.
third.
He didn't say Ellsworth, did he?
No, I didn't say nothing. The words came out of my mouth. Words. I didn't say shh.
Jenkins.
All right, fellas, where we want to start this? Where we want to start it, man? Yeah, we'll start at XL.
Yeah, we might as well start it with D'Angelo, man. Like we might as well kick that off.
Rippity rip. Yeah, off the rip.
Yes,
Big
sir.
shout out to D'Angelo, man. It's crazy. We took some significant hits with D'Angelo passing away. Angie Stone, if y'all didn't know, they was in a relationship back in the day, and it's crazy that both of them passed away the same year. Big contributors. Yeah.
How does it feel?
I wonder how their kids feel about this whole situation, because Angie Stone was actually trying to speak out right before she died. Why did D'Angelo die all of a sudden, like right after that? That's like, it's a little sus. Man, what y'all think about that?
So what was he battling something? Like was he battling an illness or something like that? Like kind of like in silence? Or like
not that I know of. What did he
pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cancer.
Unfortunately.
USA bug.
You said what?
Depending on the type of pancreatic cancer you're dealing with, that can be a pretty aggressive cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah, it's really unfortunate and stuff like that. Yeah. I was gonna say y'all would know like way more about definitely way more than me. So like pretty much when y'all like hear D'Angelo's music and everything, and now y'all know he's passing, like kind of like what did his music do for y'all? You know what I'm saying? Back when he was actively dropping and stuff like that.
LXL, you didn't even have to spit game, brother. You just put on some D-Lo.
Right. I'm gonna say this though.
When
he first came out with that Brown Sugar, you know what I'm saying? It was like it was a real game changer for just like the way R&B was fed to the community. You know what I'm saying? It was a change, and it was like, what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then like we know what he's talking about, but it's like everybody don't want to talk what he's talking about. And it was like he could have been talking about one thing or the other, and he was talking about both. You know what I mean? The brown sugar, the high, you know what I'm saying, or brown sugar, the chocolate tart. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It was a revolutionary thing for bad boy singers back then, because back then on Bad Boy, like Jodeci would just talk about sex. Sorry, go ahead, Tony.
No, I'm just echoing what you said, man. I 100% agree. I think the craftiness of the lyrics, also the delivery, like you saying, man, like the sound, especially for those of us, you know, in the Bay Area, we had real gritty street Bay Area rap. We had the commercial rap, and then we had the commercial R&B. But that D'Angelo, man, brought what I consider to be lounge music.
Right.
It was that mellow intensity though, right? Like, you know, you got that playing in the background, and it's super chill, but in no means is it boring. You know what I'm saying? It brings a whole nother mindset where like what 18 was just saying, it's not, you know, you ain't chasing down women, you know what I mean? But it's chill, it's mellow.
Hey, while we're still right, let me piggyback that. I got a question to piggyback for you and 18. Since y'all older, y'all you know. Would you guys say that D'Angelo was one of a kind in the fact that he brought blues, jazz, and R&B to hip hop? Like, I wouldn't just call him R&B. I just wouldn't call him hip hop. I would want to call him all these things. To put that into perspective, do you guys believe that he started the wave, or is that just capping?
No, who started wave on that? On my opinion, is Mary J. Blige, because Mary J. Blige was infusing the hip hop with the R&B, and she made a pathway for that man to jump into that lane. You know what I'm saying? He come in there, and then like this man got butt naked in front of the camera, telling the
Yeah,
ladies how does it feel. You know what I'm saying? And
that's all you had to
when that
play.
came out, every girl I knew was like, "Oh my, you see D'Angelo? Oh my, how does it feel, girl?" You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like that Mary J. Blige opened that lane for the hip hop R&B fusion.
But do you think she still had the jazz? Because the jazz and the blues, like Mary had some blues in her R&B for sure. I'll give her that one. But jazz, I don't know about the jazz content. Talk to me.
Well, I don't know why, and I don't mean no offense, but I don't know why you associated D'Angelo with jazz. I mean, what song did
Because
you
that
feel was
literally Brown
jazzy?
Sugar. Because he brought up Brown Sugar. But if you listen to that album, it has like a
It's got jazz
downstairs
undertones.
basement jazz undertone with blues, along with that raw hip hop uh, R&B that you was talking about, that infusion that Mary J. That
To me, it sounded like he was rapping because he wasn't really being too melodic, and and to me, it wasn't really it was smooth, but it wasn't really jazz because jazz is more um it's more like
like
a
the
up to.
scat,
I'm sorry, what
the scat
what?
jazz. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
It's more of a like a up tune, and the instruments are talking. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you got some jazz people singing, but they're also an instrument in the jazz. And see, like Brown Sugar was like, it sounded more like hip hop. Let me have your story go round and now I'm up.
But
You know
Those
what I'm
even
under
saying?
hip hop
It kind of
though,
sounded like he was rapping. Round you down.
like the
Yep.
way he played with it, like I was calling that scat. That's the jazz I was talking about. But perspective.
yeah.
That's how these rappers rap now, though. You know what I'm
But
saying?
No, hell no.
if you were to take away, if you were to listen to an instrumental of Brown Sugar without the lyrics, what would you categorize the music as?
Like,
Thank you, A2.
I
yeah,
would categorize it as Quiet Storm.
like without the beat, or are you talking about without the
No,
lyrics?
without the
About
lyrics,
the lyrics.
just the
Oh yeah,
instrumental.
I'd say it fall into kind of like a jazzy type feel. Like if you listen to it, like without the lyrics and stuff.
I would say so. Now I understand what you're saying. 18, I agree with you. Like when you hear jazz, especially when you hear jazz with no vocals, the instruments play the part of the vocals, right? But then if you have when you do have a jazz artist performing over the instruments fall back to kind of support the artist, not overrun, if that makes sense, right? So I can see where where you highlight the jazz undertones. I think the combination. I don't think it was as new as we think. I think probably what made it seem new was the hip hop influence, which is what opened our ears to it. Like the rest of that's been around for a long time, even before rap. You know what I mean? But the way he did it just opened up the rap heads to being able to appreciate that sound, that type of funk. Because hip hop, where most of the other types of music or genres have more of a flow, hip hop can be I'm trying to think of a good term to explain it, where hip hop the flow is in the stop go of the presentation, right? Just the fact that you're speaking and then pause and then you speed up and then slows down, like this it's that thump, right? And so where everything else is just smooth, it's milky. And so he crossed those two bridges, right? And brought something that probably the rest of the world was already feeling, but some of us that were still more focused on that more grittier sound were able to catch on to. And that's it's new to us in that sense, is what I think.
But
Right?
I felt like it was more of a blues feel than a jazz feel.
A blues,
Because
okay.
like how the piano was blum, 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 blum. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a blues feel. Like a
Yeah.
jazz was more like we beat to rap like he beat to lot. that
Right. Dun, dun, dun.
that's more of like a jazzy feel to me.
Yeah.
Than to where the pianos is like blues. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I can see
So
that.
I felt like more of a blues feeling. But you know, I'm not knocking the jazz part, and I
No, for
don't
sure.
disagree
Yeah,
with
yeah.
y'all with what y'all saying. But that's just how I perceived it from my.
No, I think that's I would agree. That's probably a more accurate description. I roll with that. Blues. Yeah. Yeah. Because I hear you on that one. Mike, are you about to come in and say something? Because you keep
Yeah.
going back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my slow connection here, but I'm gonna go ahead and agree and disagree with everybody all at the
Okay.
same time.
I like how
Hit
you
it,
do that.
genius.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's parts of if you just take Brown Sugar, there's parts of it that seem bluesy, right? The way that he's singing it is more of a blues type of feel. Um, but if you listen to just the music, I love how that was brought up. If you just listening to the music, some of the chords that are in there, those are not blues chords, man. Those are definitely jazz chords. He got ninths, 11ths, 13ths running all up and down that, man.
Yes, there we go. That's what I'm trying to
Genius.
get at.
You know what I'm saying? But the overall tone of the song, it could almost be a fusion between jazz and blues, but I definitely feel like as soon as you add the vocals in, it went away from jazz a little bit and went way more bluesy to me. And I definitely think if you compare a song like that to a song, the first thing I could think of before anybody had even said nothing, I'm like, when I think of jazz undertones in hip hop, the first thing I thought of was Cool Like That, Rebirth the Slick. That's the first thing I thought of. So I was like, oh my God, as soon as y'all said that, I was like, Diggable Planets as a whole were very jazzy, bro. You know what I'm saying? D'Angelo had jazz undertones to everything he did, but I felt like he was definitely more bluesy.
Right. As for the original, I think you touched it, at least just you from your perspective. It was a diffusion between all four, or the perspective on it.
I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. I see you about to answer. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say no, definitely it's a fusion between all of them. And I don't think you could. It's hard to pinpoint which one was predominant because if you just remove a certain aspect, if you remove any certain aspect, you could say, okay, well, I can pinpoint it as this, or I can pinpoint it as that. Right. But that's what made it so beautiful to me was that it required all of them to make it the unique sound that it was. And no, it is not. It's not the first time any of that had been done in music. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was just new to us because it was the first time that all of those different elements came together at the same time.
And you're right, to grab our attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna disagree with you slightly just because I like to do that. I think in my opinion, the overwhelming feel to that song, especially since 18 brought light to it, I feel is more bluesy. Just in the sense, like you said, the how pronounced the instruments are in jazz, and when you speak of the Diggable Planets, like you hear them horns in the back, right? They don't melt into the song as well as the instruments in Brown Sugar did, and so I feel like there's a heavier blues slant to it, and I do think when you look at blues, when you look at jazz, you're gonna get those accents from each genre kind of complementing because it all has the same roots, right? What changes is the tempo and the notes, right? The more focused notes that you're gonna hear, but it all comes from the same roots. And so I think it's when you break that down, you can go through many of our songs now when you really think about it, and see that because heck, most of the songs that we have that are old school had to have been sampled from something that came before, whether it was funkadelic or some form of fashion of blues or some type of jazz. Like those drums came from something else, right? And then we took that until eventually our genre was able to develop its own sound, but it was born from another genre, from another sound. And so in essence, one could almost say D'Angelo went back to the roots when he did that. It's just for us young folks, we're like, oh, this is fresh, right? Them OGs is like, what is fresh? What?
Agreed.
Right? Fresh to you, young buck. You know, you probably have folks that have been doing that on street corners and little private studios across the country for the longest. There's nobody really pushed it out there like that. And then we have somebody who finally made it, right, and made it a thing for everybody across the board. And of course, a sound was born after that. I mean, because I think without a D'Angelo, you don't have a Wapale.
I don't think you have a Maxwell.
Right.
Maxwell. And you don't have a Robin Thicke.
Ooh, you don't have a Robin Thicke.
Right.
Come on now.
Blurred Lines was just the opposite of How Does It Feel? Literally opposite tempo, opposite sex. Like, complete opposite.
That's a solid point, man. But it's crazy, man. We got people passing away at such a young age. And if I could take a minute, man, I would like for people to just maybe take a pause and think about this. We always say that nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. And I think either, that becomes so cliche because either you've lived the life where at any point in time, anybody can be snatched away from you. So you become callous to it, or you lived a life where you've never really experienced that. And it's just the same to you. So you take it for granted. With all of the issues that we have going on today and the fact that death has not changed. Politics can change, names can change, locations change, death doesn't change. And while we're losing good people every day, whether or not they're known for music or whatever the talents are, we're losing good people every day. We're still engaging in things that really at the end of the day are only put there to keep division and strife, right? And to keep us not focused on what we should be focused on, but completely focused on the wrong things and not necessarily getting the most out of life as we should have. And so, as if we can't take a pause for a minute and just recognize like one of the most unifying things that we have is music. Music is a huge unifier. You don't have to be black to appreciate D'Angelo or to appreciate rap or R&B or blues or jazz. You just have to be somebody who appreciates music. Vice versa. You ain't got to be white to appreciate country, or any river dancing music, anything with an instrument, right? You just got to be a person who has a taste for music. And it's the things that we do appreciate that unify us. Those are the things that bring us together. It's not our skin color. It's not our political affiliations.
Preach, brother.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, when you sit there, you talk about this, anybody can appreciate, what D'Angelo has done. I mean, it's people who don't even speak English that can appreciate that song. Right. And it's crazy, right? You probably, if you've ever been overseas or met somebody from a different country, they would listen to that music and appreciate it and not even know the issues that we have going on over here till they get here. And they're like, damn, y'all really don't like each other. I thought everybody was down. You know what I mean? Like, we throw on one of y'all songs, man, and we all like each other. But we come over here and y'all can't stand each other.
Hey, that's a good point. Too breezy right into that moment of silence, man. Danny makes a point. Think about all the people you wouldn't have met if it weren't for music. My man Mike G.
Hey, Too Breezy over there, the Cajun cooking the crawdads over there, you know what I'm saying, and making it good, man. Hey, we appreciate your support and your opinion. Mike Genius, you have anything to step in and piggyback on?
Oh, wait, that moment of silence. We're going to hit that moment of silence?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, we're not hitting no moment of silence.
No, none for D'Angelo?
Oh, you talking about for D'Angelo?
For D'Angelo.
Word, we can do that for D'Angelo. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and give a moment of silence for the man D'Angelo, man. He brought us so many hits and inspiration to so many artists, man.
Big shout out. D'Angelo and all of the fallen, man. Like, there's so many great ones that been laid down, man. Just lift them all up right now.
No COVID.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Mike.
So Danny boy says, think about all the people you wouldn't have met if it weren't for music. I mean, I'll tell y'all right now, I wouldn't know A2 Breezy. I wouldn't know LXL Reyes. I wouldn't know Jaguar Paul. I wouldn't have known Chalk Bone.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? I knew 18 because we knew each other. I met him through the homie Kenji. It's funny, y'all name dropped Kenji earlier, and I was like, oh, I know a Kenji. Hold on. That's my brother right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I met 18 through Kenji. So I already knew him. I didn't know he did music at the time, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just looking at people in our camp, bro. You know what I'm saying? I knew who Genghis Khan was. I didn't know he rapped. I would have never had a conversation with him about music, though. I don't think. You know what I'm saying?
Chapman?
Me and Lionel started hanging out. Yeah, me and Lionel started hanging out because he was trying to work on doing an animation and he wanted scoring for it. And he knew I did music. You know, and that's why that's legit. Me and L hung out in high school, but when we got to college, I saw he was drawing one day and somebody else was talking smack about it. Oh, L always drawing. And I'm like, no, that stuff is hard, bro. What you mean? Let me see you draw some of that. You're tripping right now. I was like, L, don't listen to none of these cats. They haters. That shit is so hard, bro. And then he was like, I want to talk to you about it, man. Let me holler at you because I know you do music. You know, I'm thinking about doing an animation thing and I need some scoring. And I'm like, well, let me show you what I got, you know, and that's how the conversation started, bro. You know, it was just on a whim, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so tough, man. You know,
It's tough.
I think most of us probably couldn't even. I mean, we could recount some of those more profound memories, but there's probably way more than we even acknowledge.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When it comes to that, it again, I mean, man, you can take it for granted when it's so readily available to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be like, it's nothing until you don't have it. And then you begin to recognize how significant it is. You know, and I think that's that if there's anything, and I'm just sharing my opinion, if there's anything that has been a downfall for us, it's that, like, in the land of, you know, milk and honey, and we have so much that we get to the point where we can take some things for granted and therefore become easily divided. And, you know, history has said this about other great empires, and usually this is the thing that leads them to their downward spiral, because people just get entitled, man. And we forget to stop, take a minute, take a breath, and like recognize even this, you know, I mean, I don't know if D'Angelo ever recognized, you know, the gravity of his work, but how would he? Because unless he's familiar with everybody's story, he just knows he went to the studio, did a bad, you know, great song, got fanfare from it. But man, he might even take his own gift for granted, right? Not recognize like, hey, my music has bridged a lot of gaps for people.
True. But as an artist, I feel like I do feel like a lot of people take for granted the fact that, you know, you even had the ability to make music and stuff like that, and let alone like that music has the ability to then go on and make impact in other people's lives. But I also think there's like a necessary like humbleness you have to have, and if that humbleness comes through ignorance, so be it. But like, I don't know, like for me, I always feel like I notice a pattern, and it's like when an artist really start to look up and it's like, dang, a lot of people bumping my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I am kind of sensational. That's exactly where the shit start to hit the fan, and then things go downhill. It's a certain type of like humbleness you got to maintain to, like, I feel like, stay hungry. You know what I'm saying? So that you can stay creative and everything like that. So I don't know. It's like a weird little balance. I don't know if any of y'all ever noticed that, but
just don't hit too much
I
helium
agree
to
with
the
you.
head.
The thing is about that is that when everybody telling you that you good and you are all that, you lose that energy, that creative energy, because you're already getting all this satisfaction and the endorphins of people telling you how good you are, and so you get lazy with your craft. You know what I'm saying? And so the best thing is to stay disconnected, you know, while you're doing your art, your craft, so that people can't interfere with that energy. They can't take your energy and, you know, waste your time on being that creative artist. You know what I'm saying? my point is, man, when you working, keep your work under wraps until it's time to unwrap, and then everybody will see. Otherwise, you're gonna get all these opinions and all these different moves into your craft. It's not gonna appeal to everybody because it's not gonna even appeal to yourself.
Yeah.
Man, I'm feeling that. I rock with that. I rock with that 120%. Hey, on top, just to piggyback, just make sure that the next time you approach it, my next one better than my last one. If you approach every piece like that, what else can happen?
You can't lose.
You can't lose.
You know what? I'm gonna take a different opinion. We'll call it, man. I'm a matter of opinion. It's gonna be a little different than that, man. Because a little while back we did the whole Dre versus Quick thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And Dre said every time he went in the studio, he tried to make a number one hit, right? Quick said, I'm not worried about making the next number one hit. Every time I go into the studio, I want to make music that I enjoy listening to. You know what I'm saying? So while you could be trying to make that next magical one, trying to outdo what you did last time, also keep in mind you got to keep the fun in there, because if you in there trying to really grind out the next number one, you might lose the fun in it. And I promise you that comes across to the listeners. I think we all know that. You know what I'm saying? When you sound disinterested, or you sound like it's not your best, everybody else feels that too. So if you having fun, have fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Always have fun when you doing what you do. And that extends beyond music. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your craft is, make sure you having fun doing it. You know,
I think you just agree with me. I don't think you said something different. I think you said the same exact thing I said, except with different words.
And it's so crazy.
It was just that middle piece that I put in there that threw it off, that made it seem like it was different. But yeah, that was all. That was all.
Yeah, my bad. No, my matter of opinion, on a disagreement wasn't to what you said, 18. It was to what Jack said, man.
Oh,
yeah. And it's crazy because y'all saying it at the perfect time, because it's so funny. I was at the studio for like the last 2 days and stuff like that. And Mike, I've been messing with that one beat. I ain't gonna say too much, but I've been messing with that one beat that you sent me.
I love it.
And it's crazy because it's like, boom, I take it to the studio, right? It's like there's like probably like 4 different songs on that one beat alone. Because I take it to the studio and I'm like, all right, I approached it. I wanted to have fun with it. I had fun making the first one because it's like a short beat too. I just knock it out like that. I have fun with it. And then after that, I walk out the booth. Engineer, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm reading the engineer's thoughts. What you thinking? He ain't give me the reaction I wanted. He was, this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I walk back in the booth. I do it again. Still not getting the reaction I want. So now it didn't change. It ain't fun no more. I want the number one. So now I'm like in my head, like, all right, boom. Like, how should I attack? I attacked it from so many different points to the point where it's like, man, right now I'm just like, well, shit, I don't even know no more. Like, how should I approach it? I didn't lost it. And I'm like, dang, do I revert or do I go for that number one? And it's like this weird balance of when you being creative, because there really ain't never it's never a right answer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can trust myself, and it's like an instinct of when I know it's gonna be that one. And until then, I'm just gonna keep having fun with the beat because it's an amazing beat. But yeah, I feel like I could trust myself enough to know like when this is it, and when I'm sending that one in, and when I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? And what y'all just said right now just reiterated that, man. Like, I appreciate y'all for that.
Well, I think that's the difference too, though, between and this kind of goes along with the conversation we had regarding DJ Quick and Dre. The difference between the artist and the person who is basically the networking, for lack of a better term, or coordinating, is that as a person who is basically the overseer and managing, all he's doing is saying, I have an idea and I'm trying to get everybody else to coordinate together to bring this idea to fruition, versus the artist is like, I'm bringing the idea to fruition. So since that, and in each case, right, that person is doing whatever it is they're good at. So fun is a relative term, because for an artist, Fun is doing something within your art that brings enjoyment to you. And as you said, I 100% agree, Mike, that comes across in the music. You can tell when somebody's just going off in there and enjoying themselves, like, because you get all of them, kind of like we were talking about with the AI thing, versus being the person who's coordinating the various artists. That is your element of fun, right? Like they may not be having fun, right? But hey, it's like a person putting together a film. Not everybody who's participating in that production is having a good time, but they are, because they cussing people out. Like, hey, this is the type of energy I want you to convey on the screen. This is the angle that I want it to be filmed at. This is what I'm trying to get within the shot itself, right? And then once they get that sense of high, they're like, okay, we've achieved what you wanted. Well, what I want is what sells, right? And so to a certain extent, we're in essence talking about the same thing. It comes out or it looks different based on the person you're talking about. But at the end of the day, I think what ends up happening is when you have people who are selling their art for the sense of elevating their position, what they don't know is when you change studios, you also change outcomes. Some of your art is going to be based on your environment. So different environment, right? Different outcome.
Different mood.
Absolutely. And that too is conveyed in the music. Right, because now you've gone from, like you said, gone from being hungry, and you know, hunger is hey, I'm in this area that creates a sense of passion and energy conveyed through my mouth. I'm not there anymore. I don't have the same motivators anymore.
Exactly.
Right. So now I'm just selling an image, not one that I'm fulfilling, but one that now I've branded. So I got to continue to sell this image. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so it changes. It definitely changes a lot. I thought about that because there's people who hold it down and like, hey man, I've been writing in this room, or I go to this. They have their habits. You know, I go to this place when I'm writing, right? And so you get the same thing all the time because no matter where they're at, they got to recreate that same environment that's been feeding the fan base.
Word. And if y'all agree with A2 Breezy, man, y'all go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and you know what I'm saying. Or put a comment in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that it goes a long way for us, man. It helps us out. So, you know, tap in and help it out. You know what I'm saying? What we're going to do right now is we're going to play a quick song for y'all. So, we're going to take a quick little break. Y'all check it out. If you need to, go ahead and get your water, your coffee, go pee, or whatever you need to do. But we'll be right back after this old slapper.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe. Feel safe. If you hear it, this it's a bit too late. For my shotters, hold up block, hot sock with the fully on toppers. And ain't nobody can stop us. Put respect on my name, boy, give me my propers. My kids eat steak, expensive pasta and lobster. I'm on go, my life's more like a movie or mobster. I'm a monster, I'm a motherfucking monster. Up, down, down, BABA, select, start like it's Contra. 99 lives, nigga, 99 problems. I'm cocky, keep them dark and I'm socked in the heart, nigga.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe. Feel safe. If you hear it, this it's a bit too late. This is for my shotters, hold up block, hot sock with the fully on toppers.
Looking ass niggas, some male 7 squares. Got no equation, no answer, they just there, sucking up there. Swear they don't care, but all said and done, they shouldn't be here. Keep kept us quiet, nothing like a rat. Something like the snapback, yeah, I start riots. Never forget what to never just consider. Just remember, I come with gorillas. A tisket, a tasket, your ass asking for it. Yes, indeed, I give you what you need. I high side as I proceed. Cause I got these bitches dizzy, you feel me? They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking ass niggas lurking through the door like a nigga won't get them.
Feel safe.
They some looking
feel safe. If you hear it, this it's a bit too late. This is for my shotters, hold up block, hot stock with the fully on toppers. Feel safe, feel safe. If you hear it, this it's a bit too late. This is for my shotters, hold up block, hot stock with the fully on toppers.
Back in there. Back in there. What's happening, y'all? What's cracking? I can't hear you.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood? Okay. Just making sure I'm not the only one over here in the MIDI universe. Starting to feel like I got raptured up there for a second. What the hell? It's like I'm gone.
Dang.
I'm gone. Anyway, back in the lands yet again. So I think that's a very enlightening conversation. Going from recognizing D'Angelo and taking a moment to pay our last respects to music and artistry and production. Always what we talk about here on MIDI in one form or fashion or another is going back to the music, the one thing that unifies all of us, because I don't know anyone who doesn't like some form of sound or another. All right, that is the great unifier, man. And bro, I would like to say, man, when we look past the surface, we have more in common than what we don't.
Right.
At the end of the day, boy. Yeah. I wish more people could understand that. Stop all this foolishness.
Hey, in order to understand that, they got to go to the dialogue, dog.
They got to go to the dialogue.
They got to go get the dialogue.
We got to talk.
Y'all tune in every Tuesday night. We got the
Tuesdays. Yeah.
Wednesdays, we got the LXL Explosion. Y'all
Exployo. Yeah, come holler at us. I mean, that whole explosion thing is real talk too. Thou out for those of y'all, got a few less years, few less miles on the engine. We know y'all got a different twist of things, man. Get in with these young boys, these young, intelligent folks. Jump in that conversation, man. Like it's definitely something worth having.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always, man. It'd be good prep too, man. We be in there pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It'd be good context for what we be doing today and stuff like that too. So if y'all be seeing people who be coming to the chat and they seem real prepared to talk about what we talking about, y'all know why. It's because they was in the LXO universe the day before. Mm-hmm. They already know what's up.
Already tuned in and tuned up.
Backstage extra special access you're gonna get Wednesday right before you come in. So tune in.
It's the secret sauce, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I just put it out there. I just said it.
So P. Diddy got
50,000 years. Yes.
Seconds, minutes.
For being freaky.
Being a freak.
Being a freak is a crime.
Slinging ding-a-ling. Hey.
All things.
Listen,
across state lines.
Yeah. See, but my thing is, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like as a society, we don't know what we want. And I would even say even more so as a people. And I'm not saying Black people. I'm saying as Westerners, period. We get upset. Some of us have gotten upset at the concept of somebody being a freak and getting locked up. On the other hand, we want to feel safe with our daughters and our kids, right. And there seems to be
double standard.
I don't want to say, I mean, not necessarily double standard, but it's almost like a lack of understanding that when it comes to things like sexual immorality, that the boundaries are different for everybody. So, when we saying, oh, somebody is a little freaky is like maybe you and your girl, messing around, doing a little something. But when you got a habit of snatching up other people's girls, and you got a habit of manipulating people to include men, and putting people in compromising positions, bro, you got a problem. You know what I mean? Like, you got a problem.
That man was trying to be Battiatus.
Hey,
Man.
let's take a look into what the Diddy lawyers had to say after the trial.
Hey, he got baby oil on his face.
He do.
See,
And lube.
There is a human being now in custody for 50 months.
Diddy was just sharing.
Based upon conduct that a jury heard, the jury resolved, and the jury rejected. It is really a sad day for everybody.
I don't feel that way.
We are planning to appeal. We think we have strong bases to appeal. The strongest basis is that the jury reached a verdict on coercion. It found there was not coercion, and I think the judge said coercion today as a basis for a sentence at least a dozen times. The jury's verdict was resoundingly clear. There was no sex trafficking. There was no racketeering. Everything was consensual. Everything was adult, which is why he was convicted only of the prostitution offense. What we feel happened today was that the judge acted as a 13th juror, one that we did not choose, and that he second-guessed the jury's verdict.
The MidiLab Show.
Ain't you not supposed to second-guess the judge?
Here's my question. Well, I mean, no judge is above reproach, which is why we have multiple courts at different levels, because if you don't agree with that judge, you just take it up to the next level, and the next judge may disagree with that judge and cast down his ruling. But my question is, if there was prostitution, was the prostitute convicted?
Well, apparently it's not as illegal as it used to be, because they got the escort situation.
Right. Escorts are.
You still get pop escorting, and you go to holding for a second.
No, I mean, the whole escort business is just you're supposed to be paying somebody for the company, right? Not not a transaction for sex. If they choose to have sex with you after that, that's totally on them, right? Officially speaking.
Cochran.
It's so hard to prove stuff like that, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just.
You just went on a date, right? And got lucky at the end of the night.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a fine line, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about the judge, everybody's all upset about the jury came up with the verdict, and then the judge just completely ignored that verdict. Well, yeah, because he has his own objective. He's got his own narrative he's trying to write. You know what I'm saying? And you may not like it, you may not agree with it, but if it were absolutely against the law, the judge would be removed from his seat. Why is he still on his seat? Because it's not against the law. He's within his right to do that. And people seem to forget about that. They're all up in arms about, the judge just became a 13th juror. Nah, bruh. That dude did what was in his power to do. He did it. What you have the power to do is make sure he don't get reelected. That's your power. You know what I'm saying? But most people, they just want to complain about the situation. They don't want to do nothing to walk the steps, you know what I'm saying, to fix the situation down the road. Everybody complacent with just complaining about shit. Stop complaining. Make some shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
Or find out and get intelligent about it. Because then exactly what Mike said is the judge threw that out, didn't care about it because he's there to look at the facts that are presented. And if that fact is not overturned beyond reasonable doubt, he walking. If there is reasonable doubt to the facts brought forward, then you got X amount of months and days and hours.
There we go. There we go.
It's the truth, man, because even the federal government, one thing that the federal government would pride itself on is being one of the premier judicial and correctional systems in the world. Now, I think that's arguable, because everybody says that they are the premier. But they, this is based on a number of cases, that have been prosecuted, accurately prosecuted, number of cases that have been appealed. And so, like, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not fully read up on all the details of the Diddy case, and I don't mind admitting that because I'm not a journalist, and I'm not here to tell you everything that comes out of my mouth is absolute fact. I can tell you that from a perspective of somebody who was never a Diddy fan, I would never want to see anybody go to prison for any reason other than a justifiable one, point blank, period. Right? Yeah. I mean, like if you did it, it's on you. But I would nobody, especially over music, right? But in this case, you have somebody who's had a very shadowy past, and several things have come up from Big's murder to a number of things, even with Cassie, right? That has opened big questions. And I think when you
French Montana.
French Montana. When you compare a Jay-Z to a Puffy, a Diddy, you know, I look at Jay-Z, and I'm not a Jay-Z fan by any stretch of the imagination. I don't own not one song of his, but I do look at the way he handles his business and how clean he keeps himself. The only thing that I remember to date that was actually a big deal from Jay-Z was when he went to Cuba, and their feelings were hurt that he went to Cuba. And I was like, why are your feelings hurt? Like, he told you he don't give a shit about the law.
Because they whatever they can and hate. Hater gonna hate.
It's people who think that music is just entertainment. And I'm like, no, man, that person is speaking from their mindset. It's why I won't listen to a song that's being performed by somebody talking about something I don't approve of, because that song came from somewhere. You know what I mean? Y'all think people are acting, but we look at music differently. Like, you're not acting, you're promoting a lifestyle. And so when he goes to Cuba, I'm like, bro, y'all like Jay-Z because he told you he was hood. He told you he broke the law. And now you got your feelings hurt when he actually did it? What? Like,
you gotta be the same people that got their feelings hurt for a man that's American that's performing in America.
My thing is, but check this out though, because like if it was a movie and Jay-Z was going to Cuba to pick up some dope and he was over here like living lavish, ducking the cops, building buildings, and it sounds like the Miami skyline. I think somebody's actually done this real life. Y'all would never say nothing. Y'all be like, that's he over there doing this thing. But when he's over here basically doing the same thing, but he's doing it for the sake of music, it's like, I can't believe he went to Cuba. Why can't you believe that? You've seen the movie Scarface. You was all good with him going to Cuba. It was entertaining. But we tripping now? Yeah, right? So, yeah, what? So that's the only thing. I'm like, my man is, to me, squeaky clean as far as I know, because it's the only thing that I'm aware of, and I'm not somebody who would follow him. So for it to catch my attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, it had to be significant. Where, again, Diddy, he got all kind of stuff. He in all kind of shootings, people getting blown up, killed. I mean, you just sloppy because you thought you could get away with it, and didn't get him on some of the major things they could get him on. They got him on some where he probably really felt like nobody was paying attention. Yeah.
Judge made a good point. He said you kept doing these things. He said when nobody knew, you kept doing these things and everything because you had the power to do it. You kept all that stuff going. You was wilding out. So for Diddy to get up there and try to plead and say, he know everything he did, but still beg for a second chance, man, it's just kind of like the audacity, you know what I'm saying? Like the audacity of this dude to get up there in front of jury and like really think that he deserved not to spend a day behind bars. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, for his lawyers, because I'm not gonna lie, like I thought about being a lawyer at one point. And the reason I couldn't is because no matter how much you don't agree with somebody, if somebody is your client and you decide to pick them up, you got to fight for them to the end. And this is just one of them things where they grasping at straws, acting like it's something there when it really ain't. You know what I'm saying? These lawyers really acting like they stand behind them. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? They could do what they want. But when the judge, you know what I'm saying, when the jury, I guess, claims that they're not going to find them guilty about certain things, boom, boom, bam. And then the judge, like when the judge is, giving his sentence and everything, and he's pulling up these words and everything, these crimes that he's been, found innocent on. And, he's saying that as a pretty much like a reasoning for why he is giving Diddy the sentence he is. These lawyers is hearing that, and it's just bells going off. Ding, 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 ding. 13 juror appeal, all that stuff. So they still want to fight, you know what I'm saying? And whatever. That's how they get their money. That's how they get their money. But I'm telling y'all, man, like it ain't going nowhere. Like then he gonna be right where he at. He gonna serve that short sentence that he gonna serve anyways, and then you know what I'm saying, from there, whatever happens. As far as I'm concerned, his lawyer's just going after a couple extra bucks.
Yeah.
Man,
Or trying to finish doing the job that they didn't do.
No cap.
that dude about to get pardoned anyway, man.
Hey,
So
Trump,
I got a
bro.
beef with some of this though. You know what I mean? Like I got a beef with it though, player. Step off the porch.
Oh no.
Yeah, get off the porch. We about to
Get off the porch, homie.
Yeah.
we about to straighten this out. So I'm mad right now, right? I'm mad right now because we live in a highly politically charged environment these days, right? Where there's a racist behind every corner. And I feel like what we are doing is we're taking value out of our own words. Right? When you hyper accuse people, you start to lose value. Right? If every time you turn around, you're crying wolf, nobody hears you when there's actually a wolf. And so I say this to say that, you know, we have a responsibility to keep ourselves in the right image so that when there is a miscarriage of justice is so obvious, yet we have severely lowered our standards into playing into the very part that we have always been accused of being. Like, I hate to say this, but we've become the N words that people have accused us of being. And I'm just putting it out there 100 because when it, you know, it's like when somebody gets raped, right? There would never be a question as to whether or not a person had truly been raped if people weren't misusing the term. If we weren't finding out that women were over here dragging other women through the mud by being messy with their own affairs, getting caught cheating, or being found out that they're having sex with somebody their family doesn't approve of, then all of a sudden they want to pull this card out. And what you just did is you made it exponentially harder for the woman after you who actually does get assaulted. And the same thing in this case, right? Like we have a responsibility to each other.
Using, like, bruh. Wow.
It's significant to me, right? Because again, coming up, people who fought for civil rights to make sure we had a platform, we had a voice, to make sure that we were recognized the way we should be, dealt with real injustices. Fred Hampton was murdered in his bed.
Yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, those of us who come after take that for granted, and we set the stage for that to happen again. But then to be able to give those people who created that atrocity a smokescreen, which they do try to use at times when they abuse their power, and they come back and they're like, "Oh, well, you know, did you know that so and so is such and such? What's that got to do with the tea in China? What you did was wrong." Right. But they had that legitimate smokescreen because it's been given to them. So situations like these piss me off because I'm like, bro, with all this that you was doing, you wouldn't wasted that. You wasted your influence, and you became exactly what they think all of us are at the highest level. They're like, no matter how much you give them money, no matter how much you elevate them, this was what they will always be. So in essence, you put a whole bunch of us back with that conduct and that behavior.
Right.
You know, scripture says, he who much is given, much is expected. Don't come crying to me because you've got influence, because cameras are always on you, because people care about your opinion. They care about what you say. They put money in your pockets. And you're like, oh, I'm so tired of people always being in my business. You put yourself there and you became successful at it. What are you crying about? If you don't like it, give the money back. Turn the cameras away. Go live like the rest of us live, and nobody will care what you say or think.
You know what? And that plays off of something that I always tell people about. I already think that people who, like, everybody who is famous or in some type of like high position or whatever, I already think that all of them got a self-destruct button, which is why exactly like they're there is because, like, you know, at any point they get out of line or something like that, or they think that they bigger than the program, you hit that little self-destruct button and you take them on down. I think that everybody got something to them, especially up at that level. You know what I'm saying? My thing really is it kind of dates back to something that we said before, which is, why are we making famous people? And when I say famous people, I'm talking about like rappers and You know what I'm saying? Like artists or like actors or just anything, like, you know, famous entertainers pretty much. Why are we making those our looking to them to be like our idols or like
Idols,
our
yeah.
leaders? You know what I'm saying? Like our leaders and stuff like that. Why are we looking to them and stuff like that? These people's jobs is to entertain us. We can't look at a comedian or a rapper or, you know what I'm saying, like an actor and think that they know something that we don't know or look to them for some type of guidance that we don't have. You know what I'm saying? So I think it really does highlight a bigger issue, man. Like we don't really got nobody that we can look to, like outside of probably our personal lives. We don't really have like good examples in the public eye, which is kind of unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's really actually messed up.
Well,
Shame.
You know,
Yeah, hey.
there is a lot of good people out there. It's just what's highlighted is what's shown.
yeah. Well, I'm okay. So that's the controversy sells. That's always number one. There's no such thing as bad publicity, right? You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, you see somebody, whether it's, you know, an artist that you listen to their music or like an actor, actress, you know what I'm saying? You see them and they always carry themselves a certain way and you kind of vibe with that, right? And so I wouldn't say it's even idolizing them as much as you felt like they, through their music or their artistry, or you know what I'm saying, through their works, you know, in movies and on television, you felt like they opened themselves up to a part of their lives that you connected with. And so then I can't speak for nobody else. I'm talking about me. So then when I see suddenly them fall, I'm crushed. You know what I'm saying? Because I held them in such high regard based on what I've now realized was a falsehood. You know what I'm saying? It was all a sham. I looked at everything that they said and everything that I watched them do and was like, I'm more mad at myself now because I'm looking at all of that and I'm like, I should be ashamed of myself right now because I looked at them and thought that was the real them, man. I was fooled. The wool was over my eyes. You know, it's heartbreaking, bro. It really is. It's heartbreaking to watch somebody that big fall that hard that fast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, in the case of somebody like Diddy, you know, we can run it back a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly, I don't think anybody's really surprised. But when you look at somebody like, you know, Bill Cosby, that one hurt. That stung me, bro. You know what I'm saying? When that went down, that stung me. You know, as a kid with Mike Tyson, when that happened, that hurt. That hurt. Mike was my favorite boxer, bro. And I knew he had problems because I read his story. I knew all about how he grew up. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt like he had made it out of all of that, only to find out he never escaped that. In his mind, he's still there, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You can take the man out the ghetto. Right. You can't take the ghetto out the man.
Word.
Chicken.
Yeah. I think I think AT, you said this one time. You said, man, don't never meet your idols. Right? Because you find out how human they are.
It's so disappointing to figure out somebody's human.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. I met so many people that I admired during my career rapping, and they just disappointed me, man. It was like, for real, like what I assumed of you is true, but what I wanted you to be is not true. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, like you got these rappers, like they spend all their money on their chain, and then they broke. And then they, like, you know, like I'm gonna give you an example. We did a show. We did like several shows with Gorilla Zoe, right? But the first show we did with him, we was in where was it?
Downtown somewhere, right?
Illinois. He was in Illinois. Purdue. We was at Purdue, and like we go. They told us to basically told us to babysit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so we after the show we opened up for him. After the show, we all hop in. me and Fuego just got some new Mustangs, so we just through the city, and we stopped at the little strip where all the bars at. It was around Halloween, around this time. We go in the first bar, and my boy Swole, he buy like 18 shots on a tray. Zoe pull his money out and start doing like this right here. Then he get paranoid, he want to leave. So we didn't left the 18 shots for the college kids on the table. Go to the next bar, same exact thing happened. Go to the next bar, same exact thing happened. Come back to the old bar, do it again. You know what I'm saying? Then we get back to the room. We go back to my room. Me and Swole, we didn't bought a gang of liquor from the liquor store. We got put it on like a little table, and we freestyling, right? And I'm freestyling, and then Zoe cut me off, and I'm like, man, if you don't shut your bitch ass up, nigga, cause like he's like, where my homeboy, where your homeboy that got my chain? I'm like, oh, my homeboy's right here, man. He said, where that white boy? I'm like, man, this the only white boy we got with us right here, man. No, the white boy got my chain. I'm like, man, we don't give a fuck about your chain, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can stop with all that bitch ass shit. And so he left, and like Joy and Slow, they was like, why you doing like that, man? Why you? I'm like, man, fuck that shit, man. And they kept cutting me off while I'm rapping and shit. I don't know that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he fucked around and met Ego that day.
Yeah. All right, I did say. I don't know that, man.
Hey, that was for him.
So later on, we still in there chilling. We got hella bottles. We still in there chilling. He come back. He's like, hey, found my chain. I'm like, man, who had it? Oh, well, I found you. I told you what, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, you right. So then the next show is in Austin, and we all in the kitchen, we taking pictures and stuff, snapping pictures. And then Joy, you know how Joy is. She's like, dude, don't get nobody your chain. Dude, like, you gonna take chain. How you know about my name? You know what I'm saying? But you know, the whole point of the matter is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you meet, like, when you meet these. Oh, so I told my videographer about this, right? And then he had a show with later on in Little Rock. And so since I told him about it, dude had the camera on Zoe the whole time. So in Little Rock, is a fight always pop off at the club. So a fight pop off. Zoe tried to duck out the back door, but the homie with the camera like, hey, Zoe, where you going? Caught him, stopped him. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, my boy Ego told me about your whole ass. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I'm saying? But on the real though, I'm not just trying to say that to this girl Zoe, but I'm just saying that it was a disappointment to meet, like, you know, this hard gangster rapper. He about this tall, you know what I'm saying? And he about this big. And he, you know what I'm saying? We like, man, shut up, fool. We don't believe you. We don't believe you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And on the third show, Joy still stepped up and told him, hey, man, don't let nobody get your chain. So, you know what I'm saying? It's disappointing, man. I met some other cats too, some bigger cats too that I really admire. They disappointed me, but I just wanted to tell y'all that story because it was just like every time I turned around, dude was acting like I don't even know what to call it.
Hey, the sissy frog.
Sissy frog.
He was a sissy frog. Every time he opened his damn mouth, sissy frog.
Put us on the side, man. That need to be out. You need to bring it out, man.
You a sissy frog, never realized out. That's the only thing I got on there right now. I gotta take a picture out, and I want to do that. But you a sissy frog, realize out. Sissy frog.
And y'all lucky we ain't got the updated Sissy Frog picture too. Oh, it would have been bad. Oh, it would have been bad.
Get that Sissy Frog popping and bopping, boy.
Man, sounds like y'all been reptilian Donald Trump.
Hey.
Damn.
You know what though, man? I'd have I done met some of my idols, man, and they lived up every bit to what I imagined them to be, man. I done had a conversation with DJ Quick, bro, and it was like we was just sitting there having a conversation, like we was friends. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't look at me as I was a fan. He looked at me like, oh damn, you've been to a lot of my shows, bro. Come on, let's talk for a second. You know what I'm saying? Let's holler. You know, like that was cool. I met DMX. That was probably my favorite meet ever. Was DMX, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I was working at I was working at the mall, Downtown Plaza, Sacramento, back in the days when it was actually a mall there. And I actually met Jadakiss and Styles and was talking with them. I'm like, you know, hey, so y'all in town for a concert? Like, oh yeah, we part of this such and such with DMX. I'm like, is DMX here? And they were like, yeah, he's over at Johnny Rockets. You can try to get in, but I don't know if you're gonna get in, bro. I know you work here, but I don't know if you're gonna get into that right now. And everybody, dude, it was like 100 people lined out the front side of Johnny Rockets. I walked around the back and opened the door, and I'm in like my my janitor outfit. You know what I'm saying? Got the little bow tie and shit, bro. So like I'm looking like I belong. Like I'm here to clean some shit. You know what I'm saying? I open the door. There's a dude. He might have been 6'6", 350. He was massive, bro. I was like, I looked up like this, bro.
Husky.
And he was like, can I help you? And I'm like, hey, man, I seen DMX was in here, man. I just want to shake the brother's hand and get back to my job, bro. And DMX turned around, was like, hey, let him through, money. And I was like, what? And so like I got in there and he's asking me, like, you coming to my show? And I'm like, nah, I gotta work tonight, man. He was like, oh, son, you gotta come to the next one. I'm gonna be out again next year. You gotta come out here, man. What's your name? And so I was like, I'm Mike G, man. This is before I was genius or nothing. I'm Mike G, man. They call me MG. And he's all, MG, I appreciate the love, man. You have yourself a blessed evening. Get back to work and get that money. Get your hustle on. Don't ever let nobody tell you not to. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, like I was like, you were a champ, dog. Like,
yeah.
Shut up, down.
Hey, Mike, you know what you should have said though? You should have said, you see what's on my shirt, right?
You see what's on my shirt? Hey, janitor, you see what's on my shirt?
Nah, fast he would have kicked you up out that motherfucker.
Hey, nah, X would have fuck around and been like, you know, see what's on my shirt, right? You know
what?
I got an X story too though. I was in Vacaville and the Texas little whatever the little club in Vacaville. It was like I was you know back there I had my head shaved bald with the little line trim around the beard. Yep. This girl come and said, "Are you DMX?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yo.
Like, stop
hey, you wildin', A2, you wildin'.
Just I am.
Oh man, you know me better.
Hey, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. I'm rolling, bro. I'm rolling.
Hey, you know me better is if he turned around and went into a store and DMX was really in the store.
Hey, but Mike, didn't he talk just like he rapped, right?
Bro, he talked dead on like he raps, bro. Like that's him. That was him 100, bro. Like with the grimy voice, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why it was so dope to meet him, because I was like, you're literally exactly what I listened to. Like I'm listening to a record of you right now. Talk to me.
Hey, that's appreciation, man. Like you said, there's a lot of faking and frauding out here. People be doing the Dave Chappelle skit, Lil Jon. What?
Yep.
What? What you see, sir?
Hey man, I hate Lil Jon.
Clarence come out.
What's up that we
Man, I was gonna say, if y'all wanted to, if we got time, we could dig into you know what I'm saying, the peace treaty that Trump signed and stuff. you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
allegedly bringing peace to the Middle East and everything like that. And we could even tie it in to a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, biblical talk if y'all really is in y'all Bibles and y'all.
I'm all about it. I'm all
Yeah,
about it.
Let's,
And
let's
you
go
ain't, you
ahead
ain't
and
got to
give
do nothing
him the
but say a
Nobel.
word.
Yes,
Let's go ahead and
sir.
give him the Nobel Peace Prize
Yeah.
for doing us another ceasefire that's been going on for like what 30, 40 years.
Yeah, man.
Let's give him a Nobel Peace Prize.
Let's let him rebuild. Hey,
Fire.
talk about it.
Hey, well, I seen something in the TikTok comments. They said that Israel already broke the ceasefire. I don't know how true that is or not, but
Oh yeah, they
like,
did. They did. Oh, they was also talking
people
about
really
putting
go graphic.
settlements in there in Gaza. It was like,
yeah,
hey, and what's funny is they didn't break the peace treaty because you know what? Israel and Hamas never signed that deal.
wow.
They never signed it. So there's no peace treaty. There's no. It is an official ceasefire, which Israel was like, we finna cut that loose anyway, because Hamas didn't lit it up back again out there. They ain't took back over, and we got to go out there with full military force.
Which is so crazy. That's
I
so
want to hear
crazy.
from the military expert. Too.
Here we go.
I know if I consider myself an expert, I know a little something about a little something. And one of the things that I actually have been having a conversation with a few people about with this situation being what it is that scripturally speaking, when you read in Daniel and in Revelation, when it talks about the Antichrist, when the beast comes into power, first and foremost, understand that the beast described in scripture are empires, they're governments, they're nations, right? It doesn't become a person until we talk about the dragon. You know this because when the Bible goes into the great throne seat judgment, first off, Satan is even thrown into the lake of fire when Christ comes back, right? Who's thrown into the lake of fire is the false prophet, and the dragon never says the beast. Satan's not cast into the lake of fire until after the 1,000-year reign, until after the millennium. Then we see Satan, the demons, everybody else cast in the lake of fire, as well as those who don't call on the name of Christ, because they don't have redemption. They got to stand before God, and they have to be the propitiation for their own mistakes. And the Bible says that the propitiation, the payment for your sins, has to be a lamb without blemish. Who of us has that to offer God, right? So if you didn't accept Christ, which is the one and only payment, I'm sorry, man. There's nothing for you. Yeah, absolutely. So in the meantime, in between time, the reason why I bring this up is because we talk about the mark of the beast. It's the mark of a government. And so I was thinking about this, had this revelation as I'm listening to a presentation about this. I'm like, well, if we stop looking at all these attributes to be contained by one man, and when you look at these attributes as in a government, then you will see that the history of a government actually fills this role of this beast. So when they talk about making the peace treaty, it's a government. Now, obviously, in our government, that would be a president, right, who would create a peace treaty for 7 years, and in 3.5 years breaks his own peace treaty. It would be a government that would have to be able to take control of what we now know as Jerusalem. And I want y'all to keep in mind that up until a few years ago, the United States did not recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. It was Tel Aviv. It was a certain person who was in office previously that was the first person to recognize Jerusalem as the capital. And while a lot of people are cheering this on because of their understanding of the scripture, their lack of understanding means they don't understand that in order for the temple to be rebuilt, for the great throne seat to be built, and for that person, the Antichrist, to sit in that great throne seat and proclaim himself to be Savior, Jerusalem has to be reclaimed from Jordan, right, and from Palestinian control. So when that declaration was made, the first thing I thought was, here's another step towards the book of Revelation, right? That has to happen first. And so for me, I'm not clapping, because I don't see that, people think that, oh, we're going to restore Israel and everything's going to be right. Negative. When Jesus comes back, he's coming back to claim his kingdom, because the kingdom has not been cleansed. It's not in possession of Christ, even though we feel like those are his people over there, right? You have to know the difference between an ethnicity and a nationality. The promise that was given to the Israelites and the 12 tribes, not just two, the 12 tribes was given to the ethnicity, the bloodline of Abraham, not the nationality.
Right.
And we get those two confused. So right now, what we're talking about is Israel as a nation, not Israel as an ethnicity. right? Israel as an ethnicity has a whole lot of other people that are not contained in the nation right now. And I can support the people of Israel, the bloodline, while not supporting the government of Israel. Profound difference. Keeping in mind, it was the government of Israel that failed Israel and got the nation destroyed in the first place. If you read the Old Testament, God had to correct that government several times, which is why they got kicked out of their land a few times, had to be rebuilt, had to be restored. And finally, right, they did it again. And Jesus even told them, right, the northern tribes at this point had already been scattered. At this point, Jesus is talking to the remaining two tribes, Benjamin and Judah, who are in Jerusalem. And he says, I'm telling you right now, this temple will be destroyed. Not one stone will be left on top of another. And in the day that happens, don't come back. Don't go back to your homes. Don't even look back. Just go.
So,
right? That happened because of disobedience. So who came back to clear the land, to cleanse the land? Nobody. It was going to be Jesus' return and his reestablishment of the kingdom that he rules 1,000 years from. So as we see all these things happening, I say all to say that if you're paying attention, don't think you can prevent it. Don't think you can do is prepare for it. God said it's going to transpire, so just believe it's getting ready to happen. If you are not prepared for the return of Christ, then you've got bigger things to worry about than these politicians, right? Start prepping yourself. You don't control the White House. There's one significant thing Paul tells us to do for our leadership if we want to live a peaceable life. That is to pray for them. He didn't say bicker. He didn't say complain. He didn't even say take to the streets and protest. He said pray for your leaders that you may lead a quiet and peaceable life. So if you are not praying for the person in office, whether you agree with them or not, then I'm sorry to tell you, you're not part of the part of the solution. You are part of the problem.
Part of the problem, for sure. That's 100.
Right.
If you were ever not praying for those you find as adversaries, you were always a part of the problem. You were never looking for the solution. That's 100, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody that I've ever had issue with, I've never, as an adult, as a grown man who knows what's going on, I've never been like, well, they're the problem, because I recognize I'm the problem too. You know what I'm saying? It takes two to have a disagreement. It takes two to have conflict. You can't have conflict if one person is like, I'm not having conflict with you. Look at, Mahatma Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, we're not doing this. I'm not going to be a part of your problem. I'm not. Yeah. I'm simply not. I'm not going to fight.
All the problem, and the reason why is because we all have biases.
Yes.
We all have, whether we recognize them or we don't recognize them. We all have biases. You know what I'm saying? We bias about this, we bias about that, and we stand on that. We stand on that. We will die on that hill. You know what I'm saying? And see, and the problem right now is that how the political nature even got so far is that it's like, let's all attack. But that's not what this nation is about. What are we doing politically? Why are we attacking people politically? You know what I'm saying? This is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at nobody for their political views. I got a lot of friends that believe stuff that I don't believe, and I get along with them just fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's the thing about those biases.
Why is the leadership trying to make us fight each other?
Because divided we fall, sir.
Red state National Guards to blue states, like we invading each other. Doesn't make sense to me.
To have control that they never thought they could get, but they're plotting for it. So again, even if it happens amongst you, like you said, pray for everybody around you. And continue to live your life as a shining light. And when you're doing that, you ain't fearing the time of revelations or when it's going to come or what time it's going to be, because you doing you do taking care of others around you. Don't care about give back.
Right. But one of the things that in order to maintain power, a person has to create a problem where problems don't exist, because otherwise you don't need them. Right. If anytime we've ever been at a point where we've gotten close to unification, there's always been something to stir the pot and create a certain level of dissension. Right. Of course, there's got to be a certain level of dissension that one can control. But there has to be a certain level of dissension. Whenever people realize, like, hey, we are the masses, we talk about living in utopia. And I'll tell you right now, it will never have the level of peace that we desire, because you can't in this world. Good and bad cannot coexist. Right? Just like light and dark cannot coexist. In order for there to be one, there has to be the absence of the other. Point blank, period. So we'll never have a balance ever between good and bad. However, what we do have is the ability to self-govern, right? And to limit the need for somebody else to tell us how to live, what to do, and whatever else. And it's a decision that we get to make. Now, if like in scripture, Jesus talks about this. There'll be wars and rumors of wars, and they'll say, look, he's over here, but don't go over there. And look, there he is over there, but don't go over there, because they're going to be constantly shifting focuses, right? Scripture talks about this. Like Jag said,
that's present right now, bro.
Right. Well, you were just saying it. If I'm up on my word and I'm up on my faith walk, I'm not worried. I already know what's going down. I already see what's happening. So we understand that territory over there is a hotbed for the entire world. Has anybody ever wondered why? We say oil. Like the United States don't have oil. Like Russia don't have oil. Like Africa don't have oil. Like Asia don't have oil. And I know Asia, their oil is a little more restricted, but they got areas, they got some oil. China's getting their oil from somewhere.
Well, the why. You say the why.
Right. Well, that's we disguise the why behind the oil, but is it really the oil? Because back in the Crusades, were they fighting for oil?
No, not even. Yeah. No, it's not oil. Take resources, all of that out of it.
It's never.
And touching on a little bit of what you were saying, but on the opposite perspective, I believe there has to be one. There can't be, or there has to be two. You can't have one without the other in a balanced state, good and evil, in the sense of in the good times when we had Christ, it was a time of abundance, a time of people will strife and everything bad happened, but look at all the good that's come. Look what was grown from it, the diamonds that were procured from this time. And now, flip, we have the time right now of it's supposed to be the opposite of that time. And the feeling is good. They make you feel good about everything bad you're doing. When you said on the other side back in the day, you was feeling bad about the good that was going on, but you wouldn't say nothing because you were scared, whatever it may be.
Irish 707.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what
the last two that he posted. It's twofold: divide and conquer, but also sleight of hand. That was the first post, and in the second post, when everyone is fighting amongst each other, we are not really paying attention to what is really going on. How many times we talked about that on this show, man? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the easy way to get people riled up about something, and then you go do something. There was a movie, I want to say like
Leave the World Behind.
30,
Leave the World Behind.
No. It was like 35 years ago, man. Wag the Dog. Were like they needed distractions, and so they would create a distraction that everybody went and focused on so they could take care of some other shit over here, man. It was Dustin Hoffman. I want to say it was like the early to mid 90s, bro. So we probably talking like 30, 35 years now. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great movie about the political scene, you know what I'm saying? And how they would just create a diversion in order to, rule the crowd. They doing a Rakim, throwing mics off the stage or throwing speakers off the stage to rule the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Why? And if you agree with Mike saying, man, y'all go ahead and hit the like and subscribe in the chat. Hey, you see that hat he got on? He got that MidiLab hat right there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go to baymerica.com and get you one of these hats. They collectors, they trucker hats, they dope. I wear mine everywhere. You can get a mini glass. Look at the mini glasses they got up right there. You got the whiskey glass. You got the full beer glass. You know what I'm saying? And like we here representing. Let me go ahead and drop this Bay America commercial for y'all.
Sure.
MidiLab Show.
Yeah. I asked why. Like, give me why do it though?
Why do it? Why does it? You know what, man? I don't want to pretend like I know why they're doing it, but I feel like I understand why they're doing it. They're doing all these things because they want to be able to run a certain narrative of some kind. They want to be able to do something. And look at the Epstein files, bro. You know what I'm saying? That all of that was about to come out. And then what happened? Charlie Kirk happened. You know what I'm saying?
Shutting down the government.
Whether or not that they're connected is irrelevant, because in the public eye it looks connected. It looks very sus. You know what I'm saying? As the young ones say. And then all of a sudden they can't come to an agreement on a budget, so everything gets shut down. Now it's more delays. Everybody gets distracted. Everybody forgot about the Epstein files. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was super hot about that 3 months ago. And now all of a sudden it's like nobody talking about the Epstein files. You know?
See?
Everything they do is to divert our attention because they want to be able to control the narrative 100% of the time. And I ain't talking about they as in just the people that's in power right now. I'm talking about the people that was in power before these people, and the people that was in power before them, and the people that was in power before them. Because as long as the two sides have us fighting against each other, they can continue to do all the stupid stuff they want to do, because none of us are paying attention to what they're doing, because we're all busy arguing with each other over stupid stuff.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Version.
On the real, yeah. I'm paying attention to what they're doing. I'm not arguing with none of y'all fools. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why?
I'm arguing with you right now.
No, you're not. You're not. Because I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing. You arguing, but I'm not arguing. Because I also agree with you in everything you just said, homie.
I disagree with you.
He disagrees.
I disagree with you agreeing with me.
Yes.
I
disagree.
What you would disagree with me on?
I don't know. Say something.
I wrote it all down right here.
Okay.
And you can buy my book. It'll be on sale at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. next year.
Yeah.
I have my coin. I have my coin. My gold coin also on sale. My gold coin will be on sale. I will have watches and shoes. And I will have yes. And I have Bitcoin too. I have all
Big
that
face.
stuff. Y'all come purchase.
Big face.
And hey, also I'm contributing to the Rose Garden ballroom. And the current ballroom they rebuilt. I'm putting 20 million in that.
18 coin.
You got
18 coin.
You got Bitcoin?
18
I got mega Bitcoin.
He got genius coin.
You got Mega Mike coin. Y'all go and purchase y'all some Mega Mike coin.
Yeah.
Get you some 18 Rabbit coin.
Yeah.
Hey, get you some A2 Breezy coin.
7-0.
LXL coin. LXL coin is platinum. It's going for a big amount of money. We want big money. We only want big money.
Big money.
And nothing else. Then we got the Jaguar Power coin. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have big money, you cannot get a Jaguar Power coin. Simple.
Big money.
Too big to do this. My hands are way too big to do this.
You know what? But hold up. On the conversation tonight, we're donating all Jaguar coins. They're free.
To where? To Trump.
They're just free. We ain't putting a price on them. They work.
Hey, why is dude campaigning on getting more money while he can't even run for president yet? But he's still campaigning for money.
See.
Hey, what was you about to say, LX? Because I know you had a comment on deck.
Oh man, I hope we ain't get too far past it, man. I just know that, you know what I'm saying, that y'all asked why. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had asked why. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about what we all take for granted. And a lot of it is our ability to communicate. I feel like a lot of us take it for granted and stuff. And it's a really old thing because we've been able to communicate for as long as we can. But I remember reading the Bible, and I remember reading about, you know, how God created the languages and everything, because, you know, as humans, we was about to mess up. And God had to mix us up and everything like that, because as humans, we were getting ready to go the tower all the way up to heaven, you know what I'm saying, for fame and notoriety. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of the same things. Of I see other people recognize those powers of what happens when we get to communicating and what happened, like how strong we are when we can. So when Mike was talking about that movie, I couldn't help but think about the one movie that I think Barack Obama he helped make, and it was called Leave the World Behind. And I remember it being on Netflix, and he pretty much dropped a 3-step plan to destroy America, pretty much. And the first, like pretty much the first step of it was they eradicated our ability to communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like our phones, like all electronics and everything is just shut. You don't know what your neighbor's doing. You don't know nothing. You're not connected with people no more. From there, it was just pretty much easy. Another powerful country could come in, start bombing our major cities and everything. Meanwhile, because we don't know what's going on with each other, boom. You know what I'm saying? We fighting for our neighbors. We fighting with our neighbors over resources. And you know what I'm saying? Like guns, food, and things like that. You starting to see little things like you know what I'm saying? Like it was all these things that happened. If you ain't seen the movie, definitely go check it out. But it makes me really think, because now you start to see what the emphasis is on communication. You start to see exactly why they don't want us on the same page. They don't want us to sit there and talk about differences that we have, because what happens if we talk about things, we're going to figure out, dang, the other side actually makes sense. When we figure out the other side makes sense, we talk about things, you know what I'm saying? Like we become really powerful as people. And I know that I'm not the only one who recognizes, you know what I'm saying, that. So man, when it really comes down to it, you know what I'm saying, it's a very tactical game that they play. And I do want to highlight you know what I'm saying, Irish 707 again, because yeah, that's exactly where the divide and conquer comes in. That's exactly why that sleight of hand just becomes so important, man. We don't even realize how strong we are, you know what I'm saying, if we all just get on the same page. So as long as we do stay divided, and as long as we create more division amongst ourselves, yeah, right, we're gonna be in the same place pretty much, you know what I'm saying. There really ain't gonna be nothing that we can do about it, and it's really just sad to see. It's like you could put it into words, but can we really do anything about it, you know what I'm saying, if everybody isn't open to that, you know what I'm saying. It sucks, but
excuse me.
Hey, you just keep loving, brother. Like the neighbors around here, I didn't know them at first, but you know what I'm saying. Inviting to barbecues, 4th of July, you just keep talking. Like I don't need phones and communication for my block. You know what I'm saying? And it's a mixture of all kinds of people. You know, white, Chinese, black, blue, yellow, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it just touches also on what Breezy was talking about earlier too. Is just in staying prepared or being in preparation. Love your neighbor as you love yourself, and pretty much you gonna hit everything else. All other 9, you can't fail the other 9. If you love your other neighbor, you love thy neighbor as you love yourself.
Exactly.
So
Amen.
you made an interesting connection there, right? The story you're talking about is the story of Nimrod in the beginning, when he had gathered all the people to start building the Tower of Babel so they could reach the heavens, right? That is a reflection of Satan's attempt at dethroning God and becoming God, right? So Nimrod says, hey, we can become like God, which goes back to the Garden of Eden, right? When Satan tells Eve, like, no, did God really say you shouldn't eat that fruit? And he tells her, you won't die, but you'll be like God. Same sentiment, right? Right. Yeah. She says, oh yeah, well, no, he said that, but he inspires doubt. You won't die. Right. He lies. And so fast forward, you have Nimrod. Now, conversely, right, this is the scattering of the people and the confusing of the tongues is something that God does, because he does see, like you said, hey, we come together, here's what we can do, and here we are being influenced by evil. Now, this originally wasn't the case, which is why God didn't scatter our tongues originally, because originally we were here to worship God and we were in a perfect world, but then we fell to sin. Now, when we flip this and we look at this current situation, the same thing applies, but like you said, they're using it as a means of manipulation. Now, I do want to point something out. Jesus said that he didn't come to unite the world. He came to bring division, because there is a difference between us and them. There are those of us who believe, and then there's those of us who don't, right? And he did come to make that distinction. And ultimately, Satan's not worried about the individuals who don't, because when it comes down to this is what it's about, good and evil. He's worried about those who do. The only people who can bring light to the darkness are the light bearers. Everybody else who wanders in darkness will never know what's truly going on, right? They'll be easily led and easily confounded. So the idea of cutting the people off is more or less cutting them off from the light, right? So we got to keep everybody confused for the sake of the elect, because what is it that keeps God from raining down hellfire and brimstone right now today? It's the elect. And so if you know, Satan knows it's just a matter of time. So if we can confound the tongue, keep people, you know, divided, then the truth doesn't come out. People are too busy fighting amongst themselves. The thing is, we know this, but what are we going to do with it? Right. So at the end of the day, we can see things happening before our faces. And as long as we get a little taste of something, we're appeased. Right. And I hate to say it. Was that?
You just lying to yourself. As long as you're willing to lie to yourself, then you can't prosper in that same sense.
Well, it's not not necessarily lying to self. Like Jesus said, many people will come after me saying they come in my name, but be leery of them. You should know them by their fruit. It transcends. I mean, because in essence, our flesh is already given to certain things. It's already given to certain weaknesses, right? So if we're not leaning into the Holy Spirit, we're not reading the Word of God, we're not walking in relationship, we are going to miss things, even when we think we're seeking truth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for real. But on the same, like, if you're lying to yourself about not being real, oh, that's my weakness, I need to work on that, or I'm doing that, or I'm doing this good. If you can't be truthful to yourself, if you lie to yourself, then what are you going to do for the other person across from you? You're going to bring them down to yourself unknowingly.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
Right now.
That makes sense. Go ahead, AT. I'm sorry.
So I was just saying, if you lie to yourself, I mean, you ain't doing no good to yourself or nobody else. Cause like, in order for you to tell that lie to yourself, you basically tell yourself, your subconscious mind, that you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Cause as soon as it comes out your mouth, like I think I can, or I may, or all those doubting propositions, your subconscious mind believe everything. So as soon as you tell yourself that you weak, you weak. You know what I'm saying? And you impair that on yourself. It's getting a little late. I wanna just reach out to everybody. Does anybody have any closing statements, man? Mike G. Hey, Too Breezy.
Yeah. Jesus said, with man, this is impossible. But with God, all things are possible.
All things are possible. Yes. Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah, go for it, brother. My G.
I was going to say, man, Jesus brought a commandment. It was to love one another. And those who choose to love one another, you're going to see the bearings of your fruit. You know what I'm saying? You going to see, a lot of bearings of the seeds that you lay. You know what I'm saying? And if you spreading hate, that's what you're going to see when come back to you tenfold, man. You know what I'm saying? So spread love. We all about love. We all about community, man. That's what it's about.
Hey, just like that.
Tell you got any closing statements?
What Mike said.
Yeah, what you gotta say?
What RYN said.
Alright, well, H Breezy, man. Come on, man. Go ahead and close it out, man.
All thanks and praise be to the Most High God. Pray y'all brothers have a good evening. Sisters too. Love y'all. God willing, we'll see y'all next week.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Be blessed.
No more negativity, I've cut those ties. Shining bright like the stars in the night. Oh, I'm doing fine.
Going back for more?
Breathing my life. Filling my soul with the love I provide. My love is better, I'm breaking free. Embracing the journey that's waiting for me. Is it bright? Rising higher, good energy. Every step.
Keep the doors locked.
There's a brand new day. I'm shining.
Getting those locks.
Watch me rise. Going into the tea, I cut those ties. Shining bright like the
Y'all ain't
stars
going
in the
nowhere.
night. Oh, I'm just fine now.
I know each one of y'all got 40 in your pocket. And them all it's over.
Hey, somebody go ahead and count that plate. How much we got in that plate?
I put 41 in there.
That's zero to play, but you know what? Y'all want to donate? Y'all can go ahead and donate to the channel. You know what I mean?
Well, how do you donate? How do you donate?
Go to $ Bay America on your Cash App. If you throw down anything, you throw down anything, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you can do, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the MidiLab Show, man. We love y'all. You know what I'm saying? We continue this every Thursday. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Shout out to Money L, Lionel, Ellsworth, Chapman.
What's up, Ellsworth Chapman Jr. the
Ellsworth.
All right, I ain't gonna see me trapped here.
Yeah.
What the hell's worth?
What the hell's worth? Bring your
Hey,
ass
this is
back to
my
work.
this is my last thanks for watching screen.
Dang.
It don't matter. I'm gonna keep. Thanks
There
for
we go.
watching.
Thank
Until
you.
we done. Everybody, hey, Ellsworth, bring your ass back, man. Bring your ass back to the show.
Yeah. Roll call.
No, he had to work though. Everybody, you know what? Ellsworth had to take care of that overgrown man. But we love y'all, man. Y'all have a safe week, man, and a healthy week, man. Make sure y'all tune in next week.
I'm not lying no more, man. I'm done with the line. Listen, he didn't get bailed out of jail till late.
Stop it. Stop.
You ain't have to put that
Stop
out there.
Don't be lying, man.
You ain't supposed to tell people that part, bro. Hold
You ain't
on.
have to put
We
that out
family up in
My
here.
brother like that.
Tune into the
family.
dialogue on
I didn't have my
Tuesday
portion of
nights.
money. It was a hard week.
And don't forget to drop into the LXL Explosion on Wednesday nights. And every Thursday night, we right here at the MidiLab Show, dropping them straight bangers, man.
Straight.
Hey,
bangers.
tell them what they can catch on Tuesdays. What can they catch on Tuesdays?
The dialogue.
On Tuesdays, it's the dialogue, right?
Yeah, that's the
Dialogue.
show.
That's it.
Hey, but
Dialogue.
next Thursday we got to talk about that time in the holding cell.
Right? Man, this is the MidiLab Show, man. We got the Bible study, we got the battle shows, we got the straight up main events, man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the MidiLab Show. Y'all sound good tonight. We got beats, we got drama, we got everything. Let's get it.
The MidiLab Show.